Okay, hopefully this time. All right, there we go. So thank you for everybody Facebook for hanging in there with me for a second. Had a couple technical difficulties, but we are live on YouTube. And shout out to everybody watching on Facebook as well. Welcome to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 407. Today is Thursday, June 6th, and I'm your humble host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 3-ish. And we are here today with a few top stories for you. Nothing too crazy today. Do have some funny stuff to discuss. Starting with the top story, SL Benfica offers cryptocurrency payment option for online store. Nearly 10 million in XRP is stolen in GateHub hack. Congressman Bud defends blockchain in testimony to House Ways and Means Committee. Margin lenders lost 13.5 million in May to a Poloniex crypto crash. And last but not least, more details emerge on the team behind Facebook's secretive blockchain. So to get it started, we'll go ahead and go through some of our market updates for the day. Unfortunately, we did not have a CryptoCoin winner, so we don't need to go through that. But some of our market updates for the day: Bitcoin down to $7,740, down about 0.7%. XRP up at 42 cents, up 4% today. Ethereum $243, down about 1.5%. Bcash hovering at $390, down 1.8%. EOS still around the $6 mark, down 2% today. And Litecoin up 4% at the $109 mark. So looking good for Litecoin after that picture of Charlie Lee with Andrew Yang. That was pretty big news, but it was just a picture. Nothing came from it yet, but looks like they got a little boost from that. And it looks as though XRP being in the news got them a little boost, because our top story of the day: nearly 10 million in XRP stolen in a GateHub hack. Oh man, when will people learn? So hackers have reportedly compromised nearly 100 XRP ledger wallets on crypto wallet service GateHub. This was announced by GateHub today. Reveals that it was notified by some of its customers and community members that funds in their wallet have been stolen. Man, people are still in Ripple. The bull market must be back. Although the company did not identify any nefarious activities on its platform, it began an investigation, and they said the calls are coming from a small number of IP addresses, so they could probably be the way that they stole the encrypted secret keys. They were told about the breach on June 1st. It was actually 200,000 XRP. And then as of June 5th, approximately 23.2 million XRP were stolen from about 80 to 90 victims. So going forward, they may find more stolen, but that's not good to see that almost 10 million was taken in Ripple. As reported earlier this month, blockchain intelligence firm Chain Analysis claimed that 64% of ransomware attack cash out strategies involved the laundering of funds via crypto exchanges. So in cryptocurrency, very early, we are just getting started. So you will see this sort of thing pop up every now and then as far as hacks. And we've talked about plenty of hacks before, but it's interesting because it was done through XRP's Ledger wallet, and Ripple is, supposed to be pretty secure, but not good to see there. I do not like to see people get hacked, but people will learn at some point. Got to keep it secure. Spread it around, people. If you have your crypto in one spot, you're literally putting all your eggs in one basket. Nobody does that, even with cash right now. So with crypto, where you have to be more vigilant, you should have at least 3 wallets, is what I say. I lost count. At least 10 for people who are really serious about it. So you don't get your stuff stolen, or if there is some sort of technical difficulty, you won't be completely assed out, so to say. So let's go through some of the comments. I see everybody rolling in today. Tony Nolly, what's good, brother? Tommy Brown, Donald Muhammad, Somovid, thank you. Finally, you made it. Good to see you here. Chiron, Tessa, what's going on? Appreciate the name, Captain Zay. Shannon, what's going on, boss? I'll talk to you a little later, brother. Antonio, thank you for coming on. Antonio saying hack XRP to his death. Yeah, I don't really want to see people get robbed per se. However, if there is a coin to be hacked to try and get out of here, as far as 51% attack, Ripple will probably be the target. Most people will go for it. Nobody really likes it, but people do have money at stake here. So Joshua Coleman, thank you for the comment. Actually jumped on and said, who got robbed? Looks like about 90 victims got robbed, actually. About 100 about 10 million worth of XRP. So it happens all the time, but people get robbed every day, B. It happens all the time. So you just got to stay vigilant, stay safe, and hopefully you won't get your stuff taken like these people here. So Let's jump into our next story of the day. SL Benfica offers cryptocurrency payment option for their online store. Nice. Let's go ahead and give them that hand clap because we like to see crypto as a payment option. Major Portuguese sports club SL Benfica now accepts crypto for merchandise and tickets, reported by Verdict on June 6th. According to the report, SL Benfica partnered with cryptocurrency service Utrust to provide the new payments option. Fans and customers can now buy tickets and products on the club's website with Utrust native token or with top cryptos, Bitcoin or Ethereum. Utrust purportedly supports instant crypto to fiat conversions, allowing them to essentially pocket its revenue directly in cash. So what that means is, like most people when they accept Bitcoin, they're one step away from purely accepting crypto. But what they usually do is they join, BitPay or some other GoCoin, and they basically let you pay in Bitcoin, but it is converted to cash instantly. So they don't actually really see it. However, they do want that option there. And one of the best things about accepting Bitcoin for payment is you have the choice. You can accept Bitcoin and keep Bitcoin if you like crypto, or you can convert it to cash instantly. You do have to pay a fee, but it is worth it based on the amount of Bitcoin customers that will come. Because if somebody knows you're accepting Bitcoin, a lot of people go and use it to buy it. So for example, Joshua Coleman, who just commented, latherandmore.com actually accepts Bitcoin for payment. So yeah, definitely glad to see that. I'll actually post that here in the chat so that if anybody wants to visit, you can go see Joshua Coleman here and actually get you some good products in Bitcoin. Because like we've always said, one of our biggest goals is to highlight companies who accept it. And one of the biggest bases that are accepting it are sports teams. SL Benfica is another sports team. Sacramento Kings, they're about to start mining Bitcoin in their stadium. They already accept Bitcoin for payment. We've seen 3 or 4 soccer teams join a esports initiative on the blockchain. There's a lot going on in the sports world. I believe there was somebody else who just started accepting Bitcoin. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know player for the New Jersey Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie. He loves Bitcoin. One of first round pick Russ Okung. He actually NFL player. He loves Bitcoin. So it's definitely taken over in the sports world. And with football being the real football, soccer, with that being the biggest fan base in the world, this is huge. People are going to see that option and say, hey, what's the difference? May get a few, 10% off, maybe some, different merchandise in there, different deals. Either way, it's good to see that they are accepting Bitcoin. And let me go ahead and post Joshua Coleman, who's definitely been in the crypto game, killing it for a while, but he has his own company as well, Lather and More. And I'll throw that in the chat here, which accepts Bitcoin. Anybody, if you are in the chat right now and you have a business that accepts Bitcoin, let me know. We'll post it in here. Everybody who has Bitcoin can definitely use it to buy your products. I know I will. Definitely have done it for hundreds of products over the years. So anytime I can try and spend it, try and get Bitcoin away from just a store of value to more of a medium of exchange and a unit of account, that is when we can call it real money, actual money. So let's see some of the comments we have here. Tessa Hall, thanks for the claps. Antonio, only way people are going to learn. Yeah, unfortunately, hacking is one way to learn. That is your tuition. Ryan Cooper, let's see. Lil Pump also accepts Bitcoin. Oh yeah. We did the story on Lil Pump. We did the story on I believe it was Madonna accepting Monero. So Katy Perry accepting Monero. So we've got a good amount of people, but in the sports world, definitely want to focus on that now that we have this story out. And moving forward, margin lenders lost $13.5 million in May. Last month, they lost $13.5 million in the infamous Poloniex crash. So, crypto exchange Poloniex revealed in a post Thursday that lenders who use the Bitcoin margin lending pool suffered a loss of 1,800 Bitcoin, or roughly $13.5 million, due to a flash crash in the clams market, which is who is trading clams in the year of our Lord 2019. I don't know who was trading clams, but it might have been bots, could have been just whatever. But on the margin lending side of it, if you've ever used Poloniex or if you've never used Poloniex, this is how their system works. If you want to trade on margin with altcoins, you actually, instead of trading, you can actually lend the money and you can make a passive income over time. I used to have a Poloniex lending bot Back in the day, they used to have running full time, make you about say about 40 to 60% a month, depending on what type of lens you were doing. So it was pretty big back in the day. Stopped using it because I stopped using Poloniex altogether once it was purchased by Circle. But it was a good system where the people who used the site, they lent the money. People took it at a percentage. You set your price. People took it at a percentage. They used that loan money to put a actual trade on margin. And with that margin money, they were able to pay you back with it, or they were able to use the money they had just in case they got liquidated, and you could basically take their whole stack. So it is a pretty good system on Poloniex. But this flash crash, their peer-to-peer margin system actually flash crashed nearly 77% in value in just 45 minutes, people. This is why we tell people, if you keep it on exchange, if you have buy orders, sell orders, make sure you are on top of it, because these flash crashes happen. Kraken, they actually had a flash crash of Bitcoin down to $100 2 days ago. So this isn't something that's foreign and will never happen. It literally crashed. Bitcoin literally crashed to $100 on just Kraken's site 2 days ago, and it immediately went back up. But that caused a lot of people to lose money due to either a automated bot working overtime or a flurry of liquidations at some point, because it's too much volume. So Poloniex actually stated the velocity of the crash and the lack of liquidity in the clam market made it impossible for all the automatic liquidations of clam margin positions to process as they normally would in a liquid market. So it actually got rid of 16% of the entire margin lending pool and 0.4% of all Poloniex users. So if you know how many users they have, that isn't that many. However, if it affects anybody, it affects all of us. So we have to, take a look at it. One of the ugliest things about the whole lending and margin trading is the liquidation process. For those of you who have traded long enough, you've probably been liquidated before. That email sucks. You do not want to get liquidated, especially if it's not a big stack. But the thing is, if you get an email that says you got liquidated in a crypto flash crash that was literally a mistake, that is where people have these problems. If they make a mistake and you lose thousands, possibly millions, yeah, you're gonna have to fix that, player. And I'm pretty sure that $13.5 million will come out of their insurance fund or somebody's fund, and they'll try and pay people back. So let's look at some of our comments. Comments rolling in great. Malik Howard, what's going on, boss? Donald Muhammad, you got the Warriors in 7. Yep, I got the Warriors in 6. I'm not worried at this point unless Toronto wins the next game. Let's see who we got. Allison Thompson. Yeah, Tessa Hall. Who has traded clams? I'm still running through my mind. Like, what has clams done? But a lot of people use bots. That's how you know for sure there are bots trading on these, because clams still has a market cap. So clams, for those of you who weren't around when clams first got big back in the day, might not even know what we're talking about. It's a little bit older. Let's see. S1 does. Clams trading is actually a big business. Not clams in the shell. And let's see. S1 does go Raps. Yep, they might win it all. So we'll go for that. But thank you for those comments. Let's look at Facebook, see if we have anybody on there. Once again, make sure you like and share this video so we can get this algorithm popping, get this support going. We feel like we have the greatest show in the world, and we want to prove it with numbers. So make sure you like and share. Moving forward to our next story of the day. Congressman Bud defends blockchain in testimony to House Ways and Means Committee. North Carolina Congressman, and I'm from North Carolina, so I'm 100% sure that the Bud family is prevalent. I've seen this name everywhere. Ted Bud has highlighted 2 bills he hopes will receive bipartisan support. It is called the Cryptocurrency Tax Fairness Act and the Virtual Value Tax Fix of 2018, while speaking at the U.S. House Ways and Means Committee. So this committee has a terrible name, Ways and Means. I've heard of it, but I don't really know exactly what they do. However, I do know what congressmen do, and they lobby for laws to be changed. And if there is a congressman, especially from North Carolina, who is defending blockchain in one of the biggest states for banking, then hey, so be it. So during his testimony, Bud called the development and protection of the domestic blockchain industry an issue of national security. There we go. That's how you get their attention. If you say, hey, man, people are dying. Hey, people are poor. Hey, police are shooting black people. Hey, that nobody's listening. But as soon as you say, hey, national security, we might all die, everybody perks up and listens. And this is very prevalent here in Congress. So I'm glad he brought that up. The Republican congressman also announced he provided an updated version of his own legislation to ensure that digital assets are recognized as property, eligible for Litecoin exchange tax deferral. And one of the things I tell people who are deep into crypto, who are like, all right, all this talking to Congress, we don't need them. You're right. We definitely do not need them. But we've always said, if you are going to try and bridge the gap, so to say, if you're going to try and get to the other side, these people are going to be in a part of the second aspect of what competition is. First they laugh at you, then they fight you, then they join you. Right now, we're in the fight. They were laughing at us all the way up until 2017. We've been fighting the last 2 years. So this back and forth with Congress and rules, just get used to it for like the next year or two. It's going to happen. Also with the CFTC and the SEC and FBI and IRS, they're going to be a part of it as well. So his actual, going out to Congress is not surprising. Don't be surprised, though, people, if you see a lot of this fall flat in North Carolina. He has proposed here an effective sales tax of nearly 40% penalizes the use of digital units of commerce. The use of digital assets is already treated as a sale of the asset, even though the economic reality of the transaction is a purchase of a simple consumer good. So he's actually, going to bat. He doesn't want double taxation, and he wants to make sure that we can keep it on the property side. Hey, if you're going to work in this industry, you got to find some sort of middle ground. Shout out to him for finding it, and the fact that he's in North Carolina is even better. So shout out to Congressman Bud. Don't have to give him that dinosaur today. Not yet. He probably hasn't got that tap on the shoulder, but you will. You will at some point, Bud. And being from North Carolina, where all the banks are, I'm sure that tap will come quicker than you think. It's probably happening right now. They're probably sitting at dinner like, hey, yeah, that statement you made, you're going to have to take that down, brother. But shout out to Congressman Bud. Let's look at some of these comments we got here. S1 Dubs. Yes, people still use Poloniex. I literally don't know why. I have no clue why people still use Poloniex. However, there's a lot of people in the world. Let's see what we got. Maurice Parks. I just left North Carolina. Nice. Yeah, I just came back to last week. Clarence Dennison. Yeah, that story. Yeah, it's Congressman Bud. He's trying to get new taxes. He's trying to get in through North Carolina. You know how it goes. Let's see. National security, loosely translated, interest of corporations, top 1%. You are right, S1 Dubs. That is exactly what it means. And for those of you who are watching, if you may be new, we harp on this a lot. Anytime somebody tries to tell you, I need to do this for you for your security, they're literally going to exploit you into the ground. They're going to do everything they can. That you just gave up. We already, as the generation before me, we already gave up our privacy. Everybody's pretty much given up on trying to secure themselves. This is our chance to make it right with blockchain. So if we have people who will go to bat for it, cool. We get a base hit, we get free promotion. And then the real people like us and the real developers and traders and business owners, we can actually get in there and then we can wiggle our way into better legislation in the future. But you got to get in there at some point. So let's see who else we got. Jay Shah. Governments will have just as much success stopping crypto as they did MP3s. Exactly. We don't disagree there. However, the process of getting to that point, people have to change. Same thing with MP3s. When they first shut down Napster, you know what people did? They didn't say, oh, this is it. They was like, oh, we're going to do this even more. They just copied it and then boom, Pandora's box open. And then literally music industry had to change their business model, like an old model that's been around for like 80 years. They had to change the business model. They had to change the way they do business with artists. They started streaming. They don't even do platinum anymore like they used to. Like streaming is platinum now. So this is a whole new era. And MP3s, I remember vividly sitting on BearShare and LimeWire and messing up my mom's home PC, trying to get MP3s and songs, getting viruses and everything. But the problem was it was so early. We were too early. And then when it came around, now it's regular. Now we listen. Nobody has a CD. So same thing with Bitcoin. We're pretty early with crypto. And right now we're sort of at the Napster stage. And once we get to a point where it's accepted and the financial industry realizes they can't stop it, they're literally going to just adopt it and come up with their own rules. Because technically, like we said before, you can still download MP3s from, wherever you want to. But Spotify and iTunes and all the corporations have taken over. And that's exactly what we mean by that national security stuff. So let's see who we got. Who else? S1 Dubs, the business model changed, but the music industry was drag kicking and screaming to it. Oh, yeah. Trust me, in the crypto community, we realize we're at the front of the train and we got to drag all the slow people. We got to drag them with us. I'm sorry. We don't have time to wait and debate and ask and wonder. Maybe it's happening. So we're just going to drag you along. And then once we get to our destination, you'll thank me when we get there. But for right now, we got some slow people we got to bring to the table, and we got to try and bring them up to speed as much as possible. So got to do our part. That's why I'm writing this new book and coming up with new ideas so we can make sure we bring these people to the light. And our last story of the day, last but not least, more details emerge on the team behind Facebook's secretive blockchain. Oh, man. So more names are being linked to Facebook's secretive crypto project. The name is called, like we've stated before, Global Coin. They stated that it could debut as early as this month. And MIT's Christian Catalini is the chief economist. We've actually discussed him before. Some of the other names that are prevalent in this project, Sunita Parasuraman is the manager of the token project. Some of the executives include David Marcus, who's based in Israel. None of the 10 listed in the article, this is important, people, none of the 10 people listed in the article come from cryptocurrency backgrounds. So some have had some experience in financial technology. Look, people, who cares what fintech is? It's a part of fintech, but it's not crypto. If they don't have a background in crypto, they're literally making a corporate coin. So this is all this proves to me. 10 people listed, nobody with a crypto background, don't really give a shit about it. Nearly 30 open blockchain roles are listed on the Facebook careers page. That number has grown steadily since last year. You know what would be crazy? I might actually apply for one of those jobs just to get in there, see what these guys are talking about. And I could be the first one with a crypto background because for the most part, there is, I wouldn't work for Facebook for real, but there is no other way to get these people to see the crypto side of it unless you're in the room with them. So that might be an interesting, interesting experiment. Might try that. So shout out to Deidre. Actually putting up the Ways and Means Committee is a permanent committee of House of Reps, which makes recommendations to the House on all bills for raising revenue. They're the principal source of legislation concerning issues like taxation and customs duties and international trade agreements. Thank you for that, Deidre. Did not know, learn something new every day. That's why I love our warriors and our followers. Always learn something new every day. So shout out for that. Let's see what comments we got based on this Facebook coin. This Facebook crypto is going to be so trash. I can't wait for it to come out. Hopefully a lot of people don't get fooled like before. Like, come on, people. Like, we can't let this happen again. Let's see. Who else we got? Kevin Hodges, moment of silence for LimeWire. I know, man. LimeWire was saved my life. Let's see. Jay Shah. Some governments will fall far behind others except crypto. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bulgaria is at the front of the economic ladder sometime in 2022 because Bulgaria has been stashing Bitcoin for years. You have other countries, China. You have other countries that have been stashing it. Wouldn't be surprised. Let's see who else we got. Eric Brooks. I like the image of bankers being dragged, kicking and screaming. Exactly. I want that Cointelegraph graphic artist to have that ready when that day comes, when the Federal Reserve bows out and says, hey, we're putting everything on the blockchain. What can we do? We had to do it, or we're gonna fall behind. I love to have bankers kicking and screaming as well. They deserve it after all this time. Definitely not gonna do that weak ass Occupy New York stuff anymore. Like, I'm not sitting in a tent singing Kumbaya with some hipster with a baby banjo with treats. I'm not doing that because bankers was literally just stepping over them and get going. Excuse me, I got to get to work. So that didn't work. So we definitely have to find a new way. Anita Ortega, love that LA Cat. Where can I find your book? Yes, the book will be coming out soon. Actually getting the final things ready now. The website is being developed now, so you'll be able to pre-order. Once everything is there, trust me, I'm just throwing it out there so you know it when it comes. But once the book actually drops, the book is titled Bitcoin and Black America. Once that book has dropped, the pre-orders will be available, and then we'll start sending out the books to everybody who orders it. Once again, thank you all for watching and supporting us this far, because once this book comes out, I think this is going to change a lot of stuff, especially in my immediate community. So let's see, S1 Dubs. Yep, another centralized coin. We already have that. Silver dollar, the dollar we use. Shannon Allen, The Spook That Sat by the Door, one of my favorite books. Definitely read that book in preparation for writing the book that I am now. Let's see, Clarence Dennison. They tried with JP Morgan. JP Morgan coin was trying to trash. Nobody's even talking about it now. So I guess they're going to try with Facebook. Kind of a proxy. They're using Mark Zuckerberg as they're pimping him out to do it, I think. I guarantee they will succeed with this one. They're going to steal a whole lot of money. Oh, yeah. We've said that, too. It's like they're going to win because they're going to win in the stablecoin world because they already have the money. It's a rich man's ICO. They already have the money up front to print out all these stablecoins. People give their real money to them in exchange for digital dollars. And then that's pretty much how the game goes. So let's see. Way too turnt. That's right. Just buy Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. Stay solid. Make sure you buy the Bitcoin. That's the only way to beat the system. Eric Brooks, Facebook is seeking to hijack crypto the way Google and Amazon hijacked the internet and retail. They could try. Every time somebody has actually tried in the crypto space to hijack or do something to it, they end up falling flat on their face. We've had we had the split BCH, we had BCH ABC. People have always tried to mess up Bitcoin at some point. It's decentralized, like you said, S1 Dubs. They can try, but Facebook can't really affect it. Now, as far as stable coins, they have the most money. They can do what they want, but I'm not really on stable coins right now. So let's see. And Eric Brooks, let's see. That's what we used to say about internet retail. Look what happened. I told you, our generation before us, they gave it up. They gave up privacy. They let the corporations win. They didn't stay decentralized. Cypherpunks were not vast enough. However, with the money aspect on the table, which is what we have right now, cypherpunks who want to stay private, want to actually keep their data, want to actually beat the corporations and decentralize our economy, we have a shot. We got a shot, people. If I'm 50 years old and I'm still sitting here trying to encourage people to decentralize their life, then I have failed. I only want to be doing this a little bit longer. And hopefully everybody takes my advice because, once it goes where I think it's going, I won't be on here much more. So let's see. Jason M., I've been watching older videos. All the things you guys have been talking about are coming true. Yes, we are working with a video editor now to try and get our best predictions. Hopefully we'll have it soon because it's a lot. Like I said, we're on episode 407. We have a lot of predictions and we have a lot of dinos that we discussed back in the day. So we have a lot of it. Once we get that supercut done and that reel is available, we'll definitely put that out so people can actually see who is really in the space and who can really see what's going on. And that'll probably help with consulting as well, because people want to be consulted by somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about. And that's definitely us. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching today. That's our show, The Gentleman Crypto. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio for the podcast. Once again, Bitcoin in Black America book coming soon. The blockchain project being worked on now. The startup for peer-to-peer lending using crypto. That is something else I'm working on. So like I said, if you see bags under my eyes, you know what I've been working on for the past 6 months. So glad to have that out. Let's see. Any more news for today? Cryptic coin winner, none today. We will bring it back tomorrow. And once we can get that Cryptic coin merch, we will be rocking it so you can see exactly what it looks like. Great pictures so far that I've seen. But once you really see it, you'll see what we're talking about. So if I haven't missed anybody, if all hearts and minds are clear, we are done today. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.